Welcome everyone to the Morgan PawCast. I'm here with Will Scopa, Declan Haverkamp, and myself, Jack Henry Palazzo, and we're ready to get into this past week and a half of some Morgan sports. We're going to start with girls basketball. They had a great week with 3 wins, defeating Valley. They defeated North Branford. That was another huge win, and defeating Old Saybrook. You know, they've had a great season, to say the least, I think. I mean, they're 15-2 right now. They're dominating. You know, in my eyes, this team has a very good chance at making another run to the sun. What do you guys think?
You know, I think with the girls team, I think as long as you have Sadie Pasante on the roster, I mean, even outside of basketball, what she does with the soccer team, I think 3-time conference champ, 2-time state champ, or 1-time state champ rather, and really she has the experience from last year. If she's leading the way for the girls team, I do like their chances to make another run to the sun.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Emma Turner too, she's crazy at rebounding. She is by far the most on the team. And with her just dominating down there in the paint, they really have multiple options on offense that can really create such a great team.
You know, I do have some concerns though. You know, the schedule has not been the brightest in easier Shoreline Conference this year. And they're also in Division 4 this year with the introduction to divisions in girls basketball. So some teams that are bigger schools like Stonington, Waterford, Bunnell, Weaver, they're all going to be in their path potentially. And, you know, they have not played a lot of games in Division 4. They only have 2 on their schedule, one being East Hampton and one being Stonington, who they will play later in the season. They've only played 4 games that have been decided by less than 20 points. They're 2-2 in that, and only 2 games that have been decided by 6 and less, and they're 0-2 in that. So that's a big factor. They haven't played a lot of close games, and in a playoff game in the 4th quarter, that's going to be a big thing.
And we saw that last year. They started playing close games in the postseason. They had a close one against, who was it, Coggins in the Shoreline Final, and they fell short just because they're not used to playing those close games in the 4th quarter.
Another central discussion point for girls basketball is Sadie Pasante scoring her 1,000th point recently. And, you know, we've got 2 juniors who are very close to, not very close, but they're on track to, you know, getting there next. We have Emma Turner with 686 points and Maddie Grennan with 624. What's your guys' opinion on who do you guys think is going to get there next?
I don't see why both of them can't get it. They're going to play 32 minutes a night no matter what, whether the lead is 7 or whether the lead is 70. They seem to, you know, stick in there. So, you know, I think they're both good scorers, and I think they both could get there.
I mean, I definitely think that with Emma's rebounding, it's especially going to be such a great factor in if she actually gets there or not. And also, I mean, just like staying healthy for both of them. I know that both of them sometimes experience injuries, so we'll see if they will be able to get there.
Yeah, I mean, Maddie did not even really play her freshman year. She only scored a total of 5 points in the last season and a half. She's got 619, so I mean, she's cruising right now. She's also very dangerous from behind the line, and she's going to get the ball a ton at that guard spot. And I mean, Emma, she's insane in the post. She's active. She works throughout the top of the key and whatnot, and she's going to get rebounds, and she's going to have the ball a lot.
All right, so boys basketball not doing great. 7-9 record overall. That has them projected to be the 23 seed out of 27 teams currently projected to be in the Division 4 bracket. They're 6-7 in conference play, which has them in 7th place. Have been doing well at home. 5-3 record at home. On the road, however, only 2-6. Those 2 wins were over East Hampton, who was 6-10. They won at the buzzer, and they had a 2-possession tight win over a 2-14 Cognachai teams. That's the only 2 wins they have on the road. Same kind of story against teams over 500. They're 2-6. Those 2 wins were Valley and North Branford in the first 2 games of the season. That may have been Morgan's peak, but teams like Valley and North Branford have only gotten better. When they were playing Valley at the beginning of the season, Valley started off the season 2-4. They've improved. They're now 10-6. North Branford started the season 1-4 in conference play. They've improved. They're now 10-5. Morgan rematched those 2 teams this past week. They fell to Valley 61-64 and North Branford 54-60. But against teams under 500, they're 5-3. They're handling business. The key stat with them: Dylan Cinquino 16.9 points a night. Michael DeWake 14.8 points a night. When they're both scoring 15 or more, which is right around their average, they're 4-2. But when one or neither of them scores 15 plus, they're only 3-7. Those wins being at East Hampton and Coggins, which just talked about, and Wheeler. And in that game, they were trailing in the 4th quarter to a Wheeler team that was 1-12. So
Yeah, I mean, for boys basketball, in my opinion, I just think close games have been tough. It's been tough down the stretch, and I think away games. There's been a lot of tough away games so far, and like Old Lyme was on the road, Cromwell was on the road. Those are not easy games. Old Saybrook on the road versus an Old Saybrook team that's playing better than they have in years. I mean, it's not easy to walk in on a Friday night knowing that the entire other school is going to have a student section. I mean, they're going to be there. They're going to be loud. And this week, in my opinion, is huge. Playing Cromwell tomorrow night at home, that's huge. When one of their best players, he was their leading scorer last time. What do you have, like 30?
28 points.
28 points last time, but he will not be playing against the boys team tomorrow. I think this is a huge week for these guys.
I mean, it's definitely a big week to show up on defense, especially like if we can stop Xavier Hodge from taking over the game, and we can stay in that 3-2 that we showed a little bit against Old Saybrook. I think we'll definitely be a lot better than we would if Ben was playing in this game.
Yeah, I think from a defensive aspect, I mean, we've struggled, to say the least. Like, the defense has definitely struggled, but the offense has been there. I mean, when Michael, like Will said, when Michael and Dylan are scoring, we're winning. But the thing is, when they're not scoring, someone has to step up, and that's been the thing. Nobody's really, took in charge. But, we need a guy tomorrow like Aiden Harkins, like Chris Fan, to step up and, give us 15 to 20 points.
All right, moving on to ice hockey. Our team, the Co-op New Haven Yellow Jackets, are 13-1 this season. They're tied for first place with Cheshire, 5 goals per game on offense, as well as 1.6 goals allowed this season, while Morgan has 5.2 goals per game and 1.8 goals allowed this season. So how do we think our defense is going to stack up against their offense?
Well, Chester's got a great offense, and so do we. I mean, 100%. These are two of the best offenses in Division II. They've seen each other in the last 2 state championship games. Cheshire coming out the first time, East Haven coming out last time. But, I think from the bigger picture is the defense has to be there. We've struggled on defense, and our only loss to hand, we gave up 5 goals. And, to Watertown the other night, we tied and gave up more goals than we should have to a team that has not been playing well. So, at least in my opinion, I think to play a team like Cheshire, the only way you're going to win is if you give up less than 3 goals, because their offense is that good.
Defense wins championships. That's true to every sport. It's going to come down to the defensive end.
Do we think the team will be able to run it back this year?
I think they definitely can. 13-1-1. It's unbelievable. I mean, especially this team has seen success not only last season but the prior season. I think they definitely can run it back. It's going to be tough though, with the defense not playing to its best ability. But I think if they really turn it up, I think this team definitely could go back.
I think it's going to come down to that matchup with Cheshire.
Moving on to indoor track. Coach Bean has stepped into this role and really has this team playing better than they have in years. Senior Johnny Alexander told me that, coaching's been a huge factor in the team's success. Johnny's 4x4 team, they played unbelievable in this past weekend's Shoreline track meet, getting their personal record. And, Addie Massey, freshman, getting first team in 2 events. When's the last time you saw a freshman get first team in anything from Morgan? You don't see it a lot. Some other big performances. We saw Bella Santello in 3rd place, and not only the 55, but she was 4th place in the 300. Addie, Bella, Jackie, and Mia all in the girls 4x2, getting 2nd place, getting them 2nd team all conference. And Camilla Barros for girls in 8th place in the 55. She earned the team 1 point. Bowen Gersh earned the honorable mention in the high jump. Michael Bowker also earned honorable mention in the 1600, and the 4x800. Michael Bowker, Tanner, Owen, and Andrew Costanza, they all got 3rd place in the 4x800, and then Tanner in the 600, 7th place. What do you guys think were the key factors that helped not only these guys specifically, but the team in general perform at a higher level this season and specifically in this past weekend's showdown match?
I mean, it's 100% the coaching. I've seen a couple of practices, and it's been like the whole team is together doing their thing together as a team. And I think that's great for the camaraderie. It also helps everybody improve all together, and Bean has done just an amazing job.
it's really best case scenario that Bean has stepped in here. He's very knowledgeable on how to get these guys to perform, and it just seems like it's paying off. They performed very well at Shorelines.
Yeah, Bean's also the track coach in the spring at Westbrook, so he has prior knowledge in this sport, which is very helpful. Tanner Adamick, sophomore, also told me that everybody who consistently showed up to practice and worked all season did succeed, and the results definitely showed. So, I mean, that's a lesson in itself, being you show up, you're going to see results, and Coach Bean has made that happen.
Hey, what's up, guys? Eddie and Declan here. So we had a little bit of a technical issue. The camera just stopped recording, like midway through. So we didn't get fencing in, we didn't get wrestling in, and we also didn't get our dog of the week in. So for fencing, the question was going to be, can the men and women's teams be overall champions again in their conference? And we all pretty much said yes. I mean, like, Coach Barnett has done an impeccable job coaching these kids and building a dynasty, frankly, here at Morgan. I mean, this is by far the most popular sport in the school. They have so many numbers, and people continuously join, and they are attracted to this program that he's built, and they continue to see success, which is also amazing to have the combination of those two. So, great job to them, and I mean, we hope to see some more in the future. As for wrestling, shout outs to Nick Farr and Hayden Darr for placing highly in recent matches. And the question is going to be, what do we see for the future? And we see bright things. This is a team that's very young, mostly underclassmen that are doing their part, trying to get better, and we feel like it's only going to go up from here. They are only going to get better as a unit, as a group, and they're going to build that camaraderie because they've been playing together for however long. When it comes to their senior year, these sophomores and these freshmen that are here, they're going to be good eventually. And as for our dog of the week, as we mentioned before, Addie Massey had an amazing performance at indoor track shoreline competition. Just placing it all as a freshman is amazing. And for her to be that good at what she does, she's going to be extremely good in her next 3 years here at Morgan, and it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to keep track of. And, yeah, that's about it. See ya.